it's me, mayohosko, coming to you at 60 frames per second in 4K resolution. No sugar, no filler, just real whole egg, and welcome to my channel.
Well, hello, and welcome back to another episode of Miracle Whip. I literally just woke up. I overslept. So I sound really tired right now as a result. But we are here to talk about the latest video, and the latest video is why Ninjago is bad. So this is episode 5 of Real Whole Egg. Thank you for coming out. So I'll put the banner on and we'll get some music. So I need to go put on my hoodie because I feel really cold. It's winter here and these mornings are really cold. I'm still in my bed. I need to make my way over to my build table. And for those who are wondering, I do not do sorting streams on my channel. What's a channel? I'll tell you what the channel is. The channel is the English Channel tunnel between England and France. I do not do sorting streams on my channel unless I otherwise advertise it on my social media, because sorting is really painful, and that's why I like doing sorting quarterly at the end of every season. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I think I might try build one of my poly bags today while I talk about Ninjago. The bad parts about Ninjago. And there might be a little bit of ranting in here. So if anyone from the live stream gang wants to come on to the panel and enjoy me ranting about Ninjago, and if anyone wants to trash Lego Ninjago with me, the invitation is up in the live stream gang. Sorry, I'm just really cold. I'm really cold. There we go. So, first things first. Everyone knows I have a grievance against Lego mechs, oversized vehicles, play features that don't work, an abundance of badly designed flying vehicles. And that's what you get a lot in Lego Ninjago. So we're already off to a good start, aren't we, with Lego Ninjago? They have all of the above. And I just don't know why they are so reliant on all of that stuff. For the most part, I think it's trash. And on the very few occasions, we get awesome sets like the Ninjago modulars, or the different temples they try to do once per season. or sometimes they do really cool play sets for the different things. Like I bought the Keeper's Village for the Islanders wave. I forget what the exact sub theme is. An actual Ninjago fan would be more qualified to talk about that. I am by no means a Ninjago fan. So I would be talking out of my asshole if I were to go on about that. Yeah, I just really don't like mechs. Second thing is, they tried to do a lot of experimental stuff with Ninjago, and in my opinion, the Evo system was a failure because it made for very clunky play features that did not always work. And that really bugs me. LEGO has tried to introduce so many new systems of interchangeability, and I just get the feeling it always ends up being like an egg on their face. If they keep on making the same mistakes over and over and over again. And they like to test a lot of their new innovations with the LEGO Ninjago system. And a lot of times it ends up being a failure. You know what? I'm not going to build a polybag while I rant about all of this stuff. I'm going to build this witch instead. This is set 40204. I traded for this at Quick World Chicago, and it has the thumb tabs. And this box is a little bit beat up. Yeah. So if everyone's already watched my video, you also know that some of the play features are very frustrating. I don't know if I built it wrong. I don't know if there's a design flaw in the set. But for whatever reason, I cannot get the motorbike release play feature to work in the X1 Ninja Charger, and I tried really hard to get it to work, but it just doesn't work on my copy. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. You're definitely free to come on if you'd like to do so, Ingrid. You know where the invite is. And the reason you know where the invite is because of all this crap.
Oh yeah, now I'm gonna try and say this again. Mayohosko for commenting on Jabbo channels. I love crazy things. Where did you get that name from? Do you know the story behind that name, Jabbo? No?
I do. So I'll try to be real quick. One of the things in live streams is people used to impersonate other people, and it was very easy. You could click on their their icon and you could figure out who it is. Well, somebody impersonated Mayo and went through and used a bunch of profanity on a lot of comments, and I blocked them. And
Right.
I blocked all of Mayo's channels, and it wasn't him. And so he had created this other channel, because when I put him back and got his and found out who the real one was, like, we could, even though he was not blocked, he couldn't comment on my channel, and we went back and forth trying to figure out what was wrong, and so he just created another channel so he could comment. I mean, he could comment, but I couldn't reply to him. His comment would show up, but I couldn't heart his comment or reply to it. So I was like, he can shorten that channel name, by the way. You don't have to have it that way.
Yeah. So I just don't know why Lego has so much of a sunk cost fallacy when they create all these new systems like the Evo, or when they create new pieces for the Evo system or some other type of system. They create entirely new pieces, and Lego has to spend money to create all of those new molds. And Lego has to spend money marketing all of that stuff, and we have Ingrid backstage.
Hey, Mayo.
Hey, I'm so tired.
Oh. Well, then I won't ask what you're doing. Well, I was tired till I took a nap.
Yeah, I just got off 6 hours sleep. I've got to deliberately force myself to have less sleep because I got way too much sleep when I was jet lagged coming home from Brickworld, Chicago.
So your sleep schedule's off.
Yes, I need to deliberately force myself to sleep less over the next month.
Okay. Not
Because
sleep less, just
because
a better schedule. I want.
Because I've slept too much. I've slept too much over the past 2 months.
Well, you don't have to sleep less, just sleep better. A better schedule.
No, what I'm saying is I get good quality sleep, but I've still slept too much. Because I am a very heavy sleeper, and my family can't comprehend how good of a sleeper I actually am. So anyway, how's your week gone, Ingrid?
Some good, some bad, mostly all good. So I lost a client, but I'm gaining another client. I got to take care of my grandson, which was amazing as always. And let me see what else. I would love to say that it's just been good. Just been relaxing with the baby. He keeps me up at night. So I took a nap today. So that's good. And I went live myself during the week, which you know about because you were there.
Yeah, so go back and watch Ingrid Wynn's live stream with me in the thumbnail.
Which means that I'm getting back into the groove of things. I'm getting back into building. I'm feeling a lot better about building. Because I did take a hiatus.
I know that other people are going on hiatus as well because it's all too much for them.
Oh yeah. Okay. So what I noticed is some people have more time on their hands. They're able to post daily. They as in one person that I can think of. Day. I'm gonna call this one person a day. They have regular scheduled programs. This day person that I'm talking about seems to have it very well got together. They know exactly what they're doing. They seem to have plenty of money for Lego. And they're having fun with it. They're enjoying themselves and they're enjoying life per se in the Lego community 100%. But some people have to work. One, it's just harder to schedule, make a complete schedule if they don't have that feng shui, let's put it. They don't have that feng shui. Me, per se. I either have a rotating schedule that changes every 2 weeks, or I don't have enough money for Lego. I would absolutely love to just sit in my Lego room every day, but I have some, different priorities that have to be taken care of. The baby, my husband, work, so it just doesn't happen. But it's amazing. Life goals, I guess.
Exactly, life goes on, and it goes on for everyone in the chat right now. So, of course, we have you in the chat. We also have Eggplant Head, and we have Clicking Cliff, and Midcoat Kyle. So thanks for the heads up,
Hello.
Cliff. I'm guessing Clicking and Brickin' is cancelled for tonight because people don't like to commit to regularly scheduled programs.
No. I heard it was because of
Technical issues?
no. Rain, maybe?
Oh, bad weather.
Bad weather.
Yeah, that doesn't do well. Because when I was in Brickworld, Chicago, there was a massive storm that was sweeping across the Sun Belt, and it went over South Colorado and Oklahoma and Texas and Arkansas and Louisiana and Tennessee, and I almost thought there was going to be a tornado. But fortunately, there wasn't, because I know that Clicking Cliff and a whole host of others have had to cancel their streams because of tornado warnings before.
Ooh.
So hope, and I know that this is tornado season, and unfortunately this year, some people have already died from the tornado. So hopefully it doesn't turn into a tornado.
So I hope that everybody's okay. Hi, Cliff. I wasn't talking about you earlier. No, not at all.
I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Actually, yes, I was talking about Clicking Cliff. He just got it all together. And those are my life goals, I guess. And it's not jealous. I'm not jealous. It's just goals. It's like, okay, I can do that someday. One day when I retire and will win the $1 million or, multi-million-dollar lottery, then, yeah, I'll do that too. Goals.
Yes. Fortunately, in Australia, we don't get any tornadoes.
No.
The closest thing would get the closest thing would get to a tornado is a dust storm.
Yeah, safety first. Everybody take care
Yeah.
of yourselves and make sure that you have your proper things situated. In other words, you have a bag ready with all your things, a steady supply of water in case anything were to happen there. You know, you have your reserves, and you have the gas in the car ready to go just in case you need to scat.
Just in case you need to, just in case you need to skedaddle. I like using that word. That word, skedaddle. That's a
Well,
word that not enough people use, and also tubular is a word not enough people use.
uh, tubular man, like totally.
Tubular. Any hooly dooly. Just to make a Ned Flanders reference. Actually, where is this bit? Oh yeah, this is Pearl Gold. So yes, we're talking about the bad parts about Ninjago, and if anyone wants to hear all of my over accentuated, dramatized criticisms about Ninjago after this live stream, go back and watch my video I uploaded today. And we have Pandemonious Panda. Hey Panda.
Hey Panda, hi everybody. Hi Red Coat Kyle.
And right now we're building the witch because I needed something small to build while I rant about Ninjago.
Now, I'm not in the rant with you per se because I like Ninjago. I watched the series, and I quite enjoyed it. I was trying to keep up with it all, but I have too many things on my plate already, so I couldn't keep up. But it is a good show. Now the sets, I think they're pretty good compared to their size and the price range. But I did lose interest. I'm not going to lie about that. That I did lose my interest majorly. I stopped the Ninjago City. I think that the Ninjago City Gardens was perfect fit for it, but other than that, it just kind of fizzled out.
Yeah. So I'm going to say also, along with my frustrations about some of the play features that don't work, I also want to say that they have some really ugly play features because Ninjago is one of those themes that has a lot of these spring-loaded shooters, and the spring-loaded shooters only come in one color. It's the two-tone gray, and the way they attach the spring-loaded shooters in a lot of places does get really ugly. It does get rather ugly, because I'm looking at my Boulder Blaster right now, and I see all these grey pieces in amongst an array of black and orange, and it just doesn't sit right with me. It just doesn't sit right with me. It's an awkward fit. Just like how when different people are reviewing different sets, and there's play features that rely on Technic pieces, or there's a strength connection that relies on Technic pieces that needs to move, so they have the Technic pins with connecting the lift arms, and everyone knows that the friction Technic pins only come in a black color, and the non-friction Technic pins only come in a light grey color, and the half pins come in blue and they come in tan, and then some of the 1x2, some of the 2 long axles, they come in grey, they come in black, but they also come in red. And it's very awkward seeing those weird colours sticking out, kind of bodged on to an array of Technic connections. That gets really ugly. It kind of rears its ugly head, so to speak. Hey, Contra. Yeah, it rears its ugly head. That's actually something I didn't rant about. I should have ranted about it, probably because that's more of a general complaint. Not necessarily with Ninjago sets. It just happens to be a common problem across all the themes that have weird Technic pieces in them. Everyone knows that I have a bias against Technic. It takes up way too many drawers in my storage system, and whenever I do my sorting parties at the end of every season, it's always the bane of my existence, because it's the most difficult pieces to sort away. Because I'm not sure how to categorize a lot of these pieces, and it just gets really awkward. So there's that. But another thing is that the minifigures are very inconsistent. I really don't like that they keep on changing, that they feel obligated to update the minifigures every single year. Because even though it's cool to an extent that they update them every single year, there's also a cost that goes along with that, because they need to get the graphic designers to design new prints, which it costs them money to get the designers to design new prints. Then they have to put those new prints onto the assembly line production, and then at the end of the day, the customers end up paying for it. And I remember the day, and Jane Bricks remembers the day. I reference Jane a lot, can't you tell, when Ninjago was a value thing. And now it's not so much anymore, because LEGO realized how popular the Ninjago theme really is. And as a result, they thought, okay, we don't need to get fans to buy this anymore. Fans are already buying it. So now we can take the same approach we have with LEGO city sets. They're going to be sold regardless. So we can charge whatever the hell we damn please. So if everyone has had their thoughts about the pain it is, how expensive some LEGO city sets are, even though it's not a licensed theme, and people are like, what? LEGO City is a non-licensed theme, and yet they're still going to charge all of this money. And I always say the reason is because LEGO knows City is going to sell regardless, so they can charge whatever they will damn please at the expense of their customer base. Hello, Mr. Blue. People can't comprehend, why should a non-licensed theme cost so much? And the simple answer is corporate greed. At least Star Wars and Disney has a built-in excuse that, they have to pay for all these licenses, but as LEGO has showed over and over and over again, there is no such thing as a Disney tax. What they do is they take the money they have to spend to re-up their contracts and acquire new licenses. They spread it amongst all the other things. And then they look at the sales results for all of their themes.
Hey, Panda. Hey, Rick.
And then when they go
Mr. Blue?
when they go to set the set prices for their upcoming sets, before they go give the set a budget to their designers, they look at all those numbers and they look at all those numbers, so they can get a proper analysis of the sets that they will sell. They look at the numbers because they're an analytically driven company. And for good or for bad, they're an analytically driven company. And a lot of times that is bad for the customer, because if you're investing a lot in analytics, it means you're trying to make money. And often making money is at the expense of the customers. And Lego knows that they're the number one toy company in the world. Lego knows that that Mattel and Hasbro, they can't compete. Well, they can try to compete, but they're not going to win out at the end of the day, because everyone knows that Lego is the best toy in the world, and it's debatable which is the second best. But I thoroughly believe Hot Wheels is the second best toy in the world. Hasbro might say Monopoly, but that's probably their biggest claim to fame with their acquisition of Parker Brothers and Milton Bradley all those years ago.
Well, I agree with the second best toy in the world is Hot Wheels, because my grandson, that's what he's playing with. Is if it's not Lego, it's Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
So you're right about that part.
And the reason why Hot Wheels is on my mind is because when...
fan. Go ahead.
No, you go on.
Because I am a Lego fan, I say, if you are not particularly caring for Ninjago, you have other options that are a plethora to take on as your own personal, favorite. And if you like mocking, you can mock up a Ninjago set. You can take it and change it and make it your own, and change whatever you feel that is lacking in that set, which is quite actually what we do with every set.
And those are the points. And those are the points I was making a week ago on episode 4 of Miracle Whip, because this is not because all this ranting is not unjustified. It is not out of context. I have been taking an objective view about the Ninjago theme. So last week I uploaded a video about the good side of Lego Ninjago, and now I uploaded a video today about the bad side of Lego Ninjago, because I wanted to give an objective opinion in a 2-part series with everything I've done in Ninjago month. And speaking of Ninjago, you have Ninja with the bricks. Hey Ninja. And I wanted to take this objective look at Ninjago and balance out my good and bad thoughts, is because I'm trying to pull apart all of my Lego Ninjago sets and turn them into mocks. And so you hit the nail on the head. If you don't like any given Ninjago set, or you're not a Ninjago collector, they have really good pieces. And if anyone has already watched my video about my Dojo mock, which you can go watch in my mocks playlist or in my Ninjago playlist, and you might have seen it in my city. If you go back and watch all of my city updates, you'll eventually find it. It's the latest update. They have really good pieces for making mocks, and that's some of the things I covered in my good part about Lego Ninjago, which fortunately has got 276 views. So thank you, YouTube algorithm. Thank you for thank you for actually recognizing me as a channel. Yeah, and so that was my my follow-up to what you were saying. And the reason why Hot Wheels is on my mind is because when Big Nate Wicks was trading his Six Big at Brick World Chicago, he was bundling them with new in-box Hot Wheels cars. And so this is the Hot Wheels car I got. It is called Kick Kart. And there it is. Because it's a memento of Brick World Chicago, and since I'm not a Hot Wheels collector, I will be keeping this new in box as a memory, much like how when other people give me Thomas the Tank Engine merchandise that isn't Thomas Wooden Railway, I keep them new in the packaging as a memento. Ninja's asking what mock are you working on? No, sorry. Are you working on a mock right now?
Yes, I am. So this is I hope it's going to be a skyscraper. And yeah, I'm just playing around with it. I'm made the entranceway right now. On my last live stream, I'm revamping it, working on it. I hope that it turns out to be a hotel with a restaurant on the first floor. One of them nice little fancy hotels. That's what my goal is.
Maybe it'll turn out like the hotel we stayed in at Brick World Chicago.
I would not know what that is or what it looks like because I've never been. Is it looking like that?
No, but now whenever someone works on a modern architecture hotel, that's what I will always think about is the Renaissance Hotel at the Schomburg Convention Center. That'll forever be on my mind because of all the great memories I had at Brick World Chicago. So, also, yes, I have seen the new modern art set because Good Morning Brick World showed it off, and it looks ugly as fuck. I've never been a fan of the modern art. I've never been a fan of the modern art craze because I am an artist. The reason I say I'm an artist is because I have sold art before. Back in 11th grade in high school, I put together a collage because I am a really big fan of Thomas Wooden Railway from my childhood, and I used to respect the TTTE franchise, but unfortunately not to get political, but George W. Bush ruined children's entertainment. That's a whole nother story. You can ask me questions about that until the cows come home. So I also like the all of the different Thomas stuff that Tomy Tomica and Tomy Playrail have done since 1960 something. And so I was like, you know what? I want to put together a collage. I want to see if I can make a map of England and turn this into a collage. Find pictures of this stuff from the respective wikias for the merchandise and see if I can make a collage. And I enjoyed the process. It probably only cost me about $5 to make in the total materials. And then suddenly my art teacher comes along and says, "Hey, I think my husband might be interested in this." And lo and behold, I was able to make $50 on that piece of art. I was like, what? So ever since I sold a junky ass looking collage that looks like it was put together by an elementary school student not a high school art class student, I have definitely learned the value of Eye of the Beholder. So I know that there is a market for that stuff, but I'm not a part of that market. It's also that also reminds me of the controversy with the Queer Eye set, when one of the torsos included a design from a designer that likes to make art with his own blood and human feces, and he tried to take Lego to court, and he failed because he had no case to answer. And Brother from Another Brick did a video about it. It was a really good video, and he got a lot of hate comments because people use the Eye of the Beholder. But what people forget is when they use the Eye of the Beholder excuse to defend their appreciation for ugly art, they forget other people can use Eye of the Beholder to say why it's fucking ugly, and it was fucking ugly. And I think that new
and disgusting.
I think that new modern art set, to a degree, is ugly. I much prefer the mosaic stuff. I respect the Vincent van Gogh Starry Night, even though I don't like the 3D art sets that Lego really makes. I don't know why, but I will never like a painting that has 3D elements. That's just my personal taste. Whenever I go to an art gallery, I'm like, you either make a painting or you make a sculpture. I like a lot of paintings. I like a lot of sculptures. I just find it weird when they try to do a crossover between the two of them. Also, good morning, Tasman Bricks. Good morning. Lots of Australians waking up with mayohosko. That's a very interesting subject. And if anyone has any thoughts about the modern art set that Lego's coming out with, definitely feel free to let your thoughts be known in the comments. Because
I didn't get to see it yet, and I would love to. I also have done a lot of art and have sold quite a few pieces myself. And would love to see this new modern art set. I have not been keeping up with the new upcoming sets. I have not been able to keep up. It is what it is. It's just something that like I said, some people have been, busy. I've been busy. Yeah. I haven't been able to keep up with everything that's coming up. But
I've been able to keep up with all of that stuff, but I'm very selective with what I buy, because mainly I buy sets nowadays that I think I can vintageify and put into my Lego city, or they have modern pieces that I think, hey, if I use these in the correct way, I can make them look somewhat vintage. And we have Gladiator Bricks Productions. Hey, Gladiator, it's been a long time. Contra says, I'm an artist, but not into art gallery as much, and I have put stuff in galleries. Oh, nice. Just like how I know people that have put their Lego mocks into the Lego house, like Blockhead UK with her My Acropolis. Tess saying, working home today, stream on in the background. Nice. I like to do these Miracle Whip live streams that don't have a lot of visual interest. So I'm not going to mark these as podcasts because I'm always trying to build something, so it doesn't really make sense to mark it as such. But I like to do these types of streams so that if you are waking up in the morning or if you are getting ready for bed, you can chuck this on in the background and hear my wrap up of my latest video. Yeah, what else is going on? Ninja with the Bricks saying garbage is in the eye of the beholder, just doesn't have the same ring to it. Agreed. Ninja also says someone said this art was crap, and he must have took that literally. That's a good one.
Oh.
It's an art piece of what happens when you drop Lego. I know that there were some comments before that. Yep, to whoop, salute, spladow. Cunt just said, "Hello England, good to see you on. I would come on cam, but hoping to go into town very soon. Nice. Yeah, it's always good when we can hear Ingrid Wynn's friendly voice here." RC saying, I actually like the Technic figs they came out with in the 90s. They fit the Technic scale perfectly. Exactly, because if anyone remembers the Technic cars that came out in the 90s, although I don't like them as much as the Technic vehicles that came out within the 80s, I very much appreciate the Technic figures. And the Technic figures is something that a lot of people have forgotten about. And I've never really considered this. Maybe the reason why Technic vehicles in the 90s don't look as interesting as the ones that did in the 80s is because a lot of them were made to fit the Technic figs. The Technic figs had, because they were scaled up versions of Lego minifigures, they had a lot more articulation in their stuff. Contra needs to go to Kmart. Hope you can find some good sales at Kmart. Strange things are afoot in the Circle K.
Kmart's not around in my parts anymore.
No, because Kmart expanded from the US into Australia back in several decades ago, and then an Australian company bought their Australian operations. They changed the business model, spun them off into a new company, and that's why they kept on growing while Kmart USA hit their peak in 1992, and then Walmart and Target slowly started gaining an advantage, and then Kmart ended up merging with Sears, and then it all fell down from there. Because you can go watch different pieces of social media and see homeless people living in old Kmart USA stores. It's pretty sad. They do the same thing in old Sears stores. Yes, Kundra, definitely go into town and try score some Lego deals. I don't know who Bull is. I know who Cedric the Bull is. We are not a Warhammer channel, and I have never been caught up in Warhammer, so unfortunately I don't know a lot about Warhammer. But if anyone does want to ask Gladiator anything about Warhammer, if you like Warhammer, then Gladiator is probably the best person I know to talk about Warhammer. And if Gladiator ever wanted to come on to the panel and talk about Warhammer, he's more than willing. No, sorry. He's more than allowed to do so. Yeah. Ninja is also a working man. Enjoy getting back to the grind. Yeah, we'll try and finish this, and then we'll get on out of here. Actually, if Clickin' and Bricken isn't live, then we can run a little bit over time, because they've now scheduled their next stream for this time next week. Yeah, so we can run a little bit over time. So this will probably be a longer episode because of the weather that must be having an impact in Arkansas or Colorado or Louisiana. There's a lot of people from Louisiana around these parts. And speaking of Louisiana and Colorado, and to an extent, Calgary, if Mark is still lurking in the shadows somewhere. One of the things I will be hopefully doing in my next city update is building a vignette of Scott's crops. I told Scott a while ago I wanted to build a Scott's crops, but I didn't have the pieces in my inventory to be able to do so. And then when I went to Brickworld Chicago, when I went to the Lego store, as you do, and I was very pleased to see not only the trans clear 1x6x5 wall panels, as I always like to scout on the pab wall, but I also saw the bright green 3-leaf elements, and I also saw bright green 5x6 leaf elements. And you'll eventually see in my Brickworld Chicago vlog, when I was stacking all of those together, a lot of people came up to me when they were also assembling their pick-a-brick cups. They came up to me and said, "Whoa, that's a really cool stacking technique." And then I started seeing other people looking at the way I was stacking my stuff, and then they came up with their own stacking techniques to fit stuff inside the wall panels. And in general, I get a lot of people walking up to me at the Lego store, wherever I am in the world. If they have those pieces on the pab wall, you bet your sweet ass I'm going to maximize my value and come up with those intricate stacking techniques. People always come up to me and say, "Whoa, that's really cool." And then I always see people then copying my technique. So I'm glad I can be a pick-a-brick cup stacking influencer, so to speak. And the reason why I take my time at the Lego store, up to an hour, picking any given pab cup to come up with different stacking techniques, is because back in the day, Alex Nunes did videos about stacking techniques at the pab wall, and my favorite one of those videos he ever did was showing the viewers different ways you can stack things inside of the 1x6x5 wall panels. And I thought that was an ingenious idea, and I vowed to myself, if a Lego store ever does open in my country, let alone my own city, I would try to imitate some of the techniques that he showed off in those videos. And so, lo and behold, 2020 comes around. They announced that a Lego store was going to be opening in Adelaide, Australia, and I was pumped.
Oh, good for you.
The store opening was so popular. Because of the restrictions on at the time, you had to pre-book to go into the store. It was that popular. You had to make a reservation to get into the store on day one, and we didn't know about that. So, but fortunately, the half an hour trip to the mall wasn't a total waste because I needed to go get some new sneakers, and I walked away with my New Balance sneakers I wear to this day. So it wasn't a total loss, but we went back the next month, and I made sure to get my new. Well, I made sure to get my pab cups, and that was an enjoyable day. And then I discovered there's a Facebook group where people post pictures of whatever parts on the pab wall, and whenever I see that they post up, hey, they have 1x6x5 wall panels and small elements that you can fit inside them if you bind them together like a clamshell. I always either beg my parents to drive me to the mall, or I plan public transport to go on my own.
Now, I'm not a fan of the pick a brick wall at all. Not at all.
Enjoy your night, Gladiator. Do you want to elaborate the reasons why?
I'm not a fan of the pick a brick wall in the slightest. It only goes up to the ceiling.
Yet you have a whole bunch of pab cups. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the movie is from that they said it, but I'll say it. Explain yourself.
I'm being facetious in the biggest way. If I could go to the pab wall every single day, I would. This is my favorite thing to do, and it's because I love sorting so much as well. That is my favorite pastime with Lego. I mean, of course, I love building, but for some reason, I just love sorting. So then, in anticipation of the sort, is building inside me when I go to the Lego store. I go to the Lego store and I see the wall. And of course, this is not how I pack my cups. I'll just stand there and stack. And I will fill every nook and cranny of the Lego cup for the most part. There's some days that I have to hurry up. But I will spend hours there. And then, I took apart one of my cities, and I had this giant bin. I don't know if you can see how big it is. This is a giant bin, and I had it up to the tippity top, filled with brick, because I figured I'm going to take apart my city, and I'm going to just shove it all in a big gigantic bucket. And then when I felt like sorting, I just dug in and started sorting. I left myself some to do, and it's a pastime for me. It's something I want to do.
And do you also find it's an exercise that might be able to prevent dementia?
Does it prevent dementia? I don't know. I do know one thing. Because of taking care of dementia patients, clients, I notice there's a connection between the diet and activity level of the people. Yes, I know I need to do more exercise. I am trying to change my diet habits. So activities do help with keeping your mind active. Learning new things, learning new techniques, looking at something and playing around with it is learning, but you can't just rely on just one item. So this is an awesome example of keeping your mind active, but you also want to read you want to take on a second language, a third language, an instrument, and a big part of it is your diet. And I don't mean eat salads. I mean stay away from boxed foods. No, try to stay away from the prefab foods, the fabricated foods. What are they? What are we seeing inside our cereal boxes? I will challenge you right now. Go to your cereal box. Take a minute. Everybody go to your cereal boxes and look on the side of the box where it says ingredients, yada 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 yada. And I want everybody to see on the bottom, what does it say? Okay? What does it say? Does it say contains wheat? Or peanuts or whatever, that? Or does it say that it's bioengineered? You have a 95% chance of buying bioengineered. Okay, bioengineered food means that it's not real and it's something fake. What they just came out with is the new meat that they approved. They can make fake meat. It's bioengineered meat. Now, we're already eating bioengineered foods. Did you know it? No, you didn't. You thought you were eating just regular Frosted Flakes. No, you're not eating Frosted Flakes. The original Frosted Flakes was made out of wheat. Then they changed it. It's bioengineered food products. So then, now they're making bioengineered meat. I know for a fact from working at a certain restaurant, which I will not name, that they made fake eggs. That is not real egg. Because
It's not. Let me interject. It's not real whole egg.
it is not real whole egg.
And so everyone should definitely go and watch my next episode of Real Whole Egg, because I'm getting the band back together with Jeff, a chip of the old block toys, now that I'm back from Chicago.
Yay. Okay, so nobody went to their cereal box. As far as I can tell.
I don't eat cereal
But,
anymore.
you don't eat cereal? Good, okay. But the next thing is, do you eat bread? What kind of bread are you eating?
I eat probably. Well, I don't. Probably the only time I actually eat bread is a bread from the bakeries at supermarkets.
Oh, that's good. See, you're eating good whole.
I don't eat a lot of bread-based processed food, simply because I prefer all of the other chemically engineered stuff like Cheetos and Mountain Dew. Gimme.
Actually, Cheetos. I'm looking at the potato chips, right?
Yeah.
That's not bioengineered. That's real potato. That's a real potato fried up in some lard or grease or whatever, and is actually less cancer causing and less dementia causing and Alzheimer's causing food product than your breads and your cereals that you find in the supermarket.
Yeah, and like that's why, and like with all the with all the warnings people give about bioengineered food, I always think about the videos on Twitter where people walk up in the store and they warn the people who are buying the Walmart home brand breads just because it's 5 cents cheaper than the name brand slice of bread, and they tell them, there's a whole bunch of chemicals and shit in there, right? And some of them are like, oh, and then they go check the ingredients and like, oh yeah, I don't want to be ingesting that. And unfortunately, there are some people so poor, so kept down by the proverbial glass ceiling, as they like to say, that they're like, unfortunately, this is all I can do. And they risk their own body to save a penny.
The buck. Okay, so I looked, right? And I was looking for certain kinds of breads. And
Panda has something to
my
say
cereal
about
boxes will be expired. I will eat very much. Okay, so I looked at the different breads. And actually, the bread that says made from that bakery at Market Basket or from Walmart is actually real bread. Actually,
Actually, it's made from real bread.
It really is. Because I'm looking at the ingredients made with flour, egg, milk, whatever, yada yada. So I'm looking at the ingredients now, and that's what I want to stress everybody. Everybody, look at what you're eating, and it'll pay off in the
what you eat. And if I was what I eat, I'd either be a pint bottle of Mountain Dew or a bag of Cheetos.
Yeah, well, I don't recommend that Mountain Dew. Maybe the Cheetos. Take a look at what you're eating there too.
I only drink Mountain Dew when I need to have caffeine, and fortunately, I don't need a lot of caffeine right now. But I know some people that need caffeine pretty much every day because they're dependent on it.
Yeah, I am dependent on my coffee.
I'm not dependent on caffeine with the way I've conditioned my body.
Conditioned your body on Mountain Dew?
And no, I've conditioned.
That's something to be proud of.
I've conditioned my body on a home cooked meal 6 nights a week, and I always like to have a fruit. I try to have fruit smoothies 2 times a week.
Yeah, a little while ago, I had to step away from the stream because I tried a new flavored water and it upset my stomach. So I won't be buying this anymore.
Fortunately, when I went to Taco Bell and tried a Doritos Locos Taco, and I got my nachos in a combo to get, lo and behold, Baja Blast. So I got to try Baja Blast. A lot of people say that Taco Bell gives them the shits. My auntie kind of got the shits after she finished, but fortunately I didn't. So if I ever go back to America, I definitely want to go back to
You
Taco
conditioned your body. Well, that's not a good thing. I'm telling you right now. Yeah, you want to condition your body on good, wholesome whole egg.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
I buy 2 dozen of eggs every week with my
But the point is, I take care of my body enough that spicy food and questionable fast food like Taco Bell doesn't have a big impact on me, because there was a time when I was 10 kilos heavier. I was very chubby. It was at the end of my growth spurt, and I was about 3 kilos over. No, sorry, I was about 7 kilos overweight for my height, and for whatever reason, I must have been a depressed little motherfucker, not enjoying my life in between my junior and senior year at high school. I did fuck all on my summer vacation. I started watching a lot of Fox Sports News because I really got into watching worldwide sports in the summer of 2018, and I was staying in my room all day. I didn't have the energy to get out of bed. I think I was so burned out from 4 years of high school, and I just didn't want to get up. I didn't want to do anything. I was still in hiatus from my YouTube channel, and I think because of all of that, magically I lost 5 kilos. And when I went back for my senior year of high school, I weighed myself and I was like, oh, I'm not 90 anymore. I'm 85. So then I was like, you know what? What if I make strategic changes in my diet and make myself feel full with more wholesome home cooked meals? What if I'm able to go on a fasting diet and be more dependent on water to make me feel full, to get hydrated, so that I'm not eating little packets of Cheetos, for example? What if I can go on a fasting diet? I might be able to lose another 5 kilos throughout my senior year of high school. And I was able to make those changes, probably more so because I was swamped with homework in my senior year of high school. And lo and behold, I was able to lose 5 kilos. So when I went to college, I weighed in at 81, which was just under the 25 BMI for my height. And if anyone knows, the healthy weight range on the BMI scale is 18 to 25. Overweight is 25.1 to 30, and then obese is 30 plus. So back in my freshman and sophomore years of high school, I had a BMI of 27.5, and that was not good. My doctors were telling me that I needed to lose weight, and magically I lost weight. And I've adopted the fasting diet ever since. I cut out breakfast. I don't feel hungry until 4 hours after I wake up. And I've been more health conscious ever since, and magically I was able to lose all of that weight. And now I'm very cautious about what I put into my body, and I only like to pig out, so to speak, if I have days where I have one big meal and one small meal. So, for example, when I do 8-hour live streams on a Friday night in North America, which is Saturday morning here in Australia, if I do end up doing 8-hour streams, I'm less likely to consume food. So from my Friday night to my Saturday night, I lost a kilo. And that's because when you're streaming, you don't really get hungry because you're so focused on building Lego. Or if I was over on Twitch, you're so focused on playing games, i.e. Minecraft. You should definitely come follow me on Twitch if you want to see me play Minecraft. There's no raging. I'm not one of those PvP Minecraft gamers that rage quits when they lose. or that swears off like crazy because they're getting beaten in a battle. But if you want to see me express my creativity over on my Minecraft server, then you might want to give me a little follow there on Twitch. And I'm not that far away from being a Twitch affiliate. So if anyone wants to put their money where their mouth is to see me at Brick World Chicago 2024, one of those ways you can do so is by watching me over on Twitch. Anyway, yeah, so I definitely know all about that chemically and bioengineered stuff that you're talking about, because I've been more health conscious about all of that stuff.
Yeah, so stay away from all that bioengineered stuff. That's what causes, I believe. Now, don't quote me, but I was seeing what Mr. Blue was saying about him making French toast and real eggs, and also be careful of the farm fresh eggs that he was talking about, because I bought some farm fresh eggs, and because you don't know how good they take care of their animals, there might be a problem there. So you have to make sure that they're taking care of their livestock well, because I found one person that I was buying eggs from, they had not good eggs. I don't want to gross anybody out, so I'm just going to leave it at that. But just make sure that you're eating all natural foods, not no bioengineered. I found Life cereal is not bioengineered. It's cheap and it's good. So Tasman is lurking.
Hey, Taz is the first person here on YouTube to use the exclamation mark lurk. So for people who don't watch a lot of Twitch, lurking is a very common practice over on Twitch, because even while you're lurking, you still earn the channel points and the loyalty points that comes along with the Twitch software. And so what I end up doing, as I was explaining on MacroBricks' Saturday Night Shenanigans, is even when I'm on someone else's stream, if there's another YouTuber that's also streaming at the same time, since I like to support people in the LEGO community, I like, even when I'm on someone else's stream, I like to have their stream on in the background to give them their watch time hours, because as a capitalist, I like to see everyone go get their money. I wish everyone nothing but I wish everyone nothing. Yeah, I wish everyone nothing but the best, and I like to see them go get their money. So I like to give them the watch time hours, and the same over on Twitch. Lurking is a much more common practice, because you are actually incentivized to just lurk in someone's stream, because you can still accrue points via the point systems they have over there, whether it's the actual Twitch channel points or whether it's loyalty points from Streamlabs or Stream Elements or the different chatbots that people deploy over on Twitch. And I've gradually brought more of those features over to my YouTube channel, is to spice it up a little bit. And so if anyone does feel like watching my streams, but they want to put me on in the background, you can use the exclamation mark lurk, and then Streamlabs will give up that nice little message. I'm actually going to have to customize that message to say thank you for lurking. It is appreciated, something like that. I do got to edit that in Streamlabs. But if anyone ever does need to lurk while watching my streams, you can use the exclamation mark lurk, and then Streamlabs will recognize that you are lurking. And I'll get off my Twitch spiel, but I'd suggest coming and following both Tasman Bricks and myself over on Twitch.
Yep, Tasman. I saw your update video, and that boat restaurant looks amazing. Yeah, it really did look really pretty good. I mean, so if you don't know what I'm talking about, people, he did a little update because I don't Twitch, so I didn't get to see him make it. But he's been working on this, and it looks amazing.
Yeah. Because if anyone ever catches the end of my really long live streams, when Taz is more likely to join me and he comes on to the panel, we end up talking a lot about Twitch together, and we particularly had a lengthy conversation about our experiences on Twitch in the last hour of my friend's build stream on Friday night. So if anyone wants to go back and hear that conversation, or if anyone wants to go back and hear the discussions that Adora Build and myself had, and you can go back and watch the first 3 hours, and in between all of that good stuff, you can go back and watch the conversations I had with Stud Sidious from the third hour to the fourth hour. And if you want to get all of the funny antics of Butt Chop 2021, definitely go watch from hour 5. So definitely go watch from the 4th hour to the 7th hour. Butt Chop 2021, as I like to say now, is the funniest guy in the room. We have just completed the witch right there.
You just found that out. He has been the funniest guy since day one.
Yeah, but because I've always known that Butt Chop is a funny guy because of all the funny conversations I've had with him in the past. But until I actually saw him in person at Brick World Chicago and realized he was even funnier in real life than what he is in person, then I started coining the phrase that he's the funniest guy in the room.
You know, that's him. That's who he is. That's his personality, and he's just amazing. And I can get
because he is an authentic human being. It might be a pilgrim. I don't know the name. I don't know the name of this. Actually, you know what, Panda? You are probably right. You are probably right. It probably is a pilgrim, not a witch, because you got the pumpkin, which means Thanksgiving. So actually, yeah, it is probably a pilgrim. I'm just always so used to seeing the pilgrim hat be used as a witch's hat. So yeah. Well,
it doesn't say on it.
I hope anyone can see where I might have got that wrong, because I'm not American, so I know less about the pilgrims than other people. All I know is that John Wayne Gacy likes to say X, Y, and Z, you pilgrim. Insert slur here, you pilgrim. Get off
That's not
my
like
lawn, you pilgrim.
It's not like you did not say the word.
And all that good stuff from John Wayne Gacy. So there it is. This is something I traded for at Brick World Chicago, and I'm going to take a photo of it next to my other brickheads, because I think this fits well in the scale of the brickheads, even though it's not a brickhead, but it's one of the brick built characters. I'm still gonna try to take a photo of it next to my 2 Chinese New Year dragons, my birthday clown, my Buzz Lightyear. I got to put my Buzz.
I like
my
that.
Buzz
That looks
Lightyear
cool.
back together. I got to put my Buzz Lightyear back together. But anyway, that was that build. We'll go for 1.5 hours instead of the regular hour because Click and Cliff and the Brickable Cow are having problems with the weather. So who did we have today? We had Ingrid Wynn, Eggplant Head, who's going to be on the Vintage Lego stream with me, Butt Talk 2021, maybe Macro Bricks, a chip off the old block toys because he wants to talk about Paradisa again. We just mentioned Paradisa, so you know what what we got to do.
Paradisa, sun is shining all day.
It's not running right.
We also had Country Bricks Build Craze, Mr. Blue. What's not running right?
I didn't hear the song.
That's because you're a guest, and weirdly, guests on StreamYard have to unmute it. For whatever reason, do better StreamYard. Ninja with the Bricks, Pandemonious Panda, Tasman Bricks, Gladiator Bricks Productions. Well, who else did we have? Treevor. What did Treevor say there? I figured I would use my main channel so people don't get confused. Yes, that is very helpful, actually. Exactly. Mr. Blue has a lot of points because Mr. Blue is a regular viewer and he is very active in the chat. And let me know, Nate, if you've got my package with my sig, because I sent that in the mail at Brickworld Chicago. And so as a result, Mr. Blue has been able to become a high roller with the gambling tool here on my streams. So
You want to be a high roller?
if you want to become a high roller, just like Mr. Blue, use the exclamation mark jars to see how many jars you have, and then you'll be able to make a wager. And if you want to enter my giveaways in the future, you can use your jars to buy tickets to enter the giveaway, and you must be logged into Streamlabs to recognize your purchase of tickets to enter the giveaway. So with that being said, where can we find you on social media?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, Miss Ingrid Bricks. And that's it on YouTube. I'm not posting anymore on TikTok. That is, I'm done with that. TikTok is being banned in my country, yada yada. I was like, forget this. So just YouTube.
And everyone knows where they can find me. Here on YouTube, mayohosko. Go subscribe to my train channel and go subscribe to my sports channel. For if you want to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, that's at real_mayohosko. For all of my other different social medias, you can go view them all at mayohosko.weebly.com. A chip off the old block toys will continue to be building his mega Daily Bugle, and I will be building the London architecture set that was a gift from one of my Patreon pledges, Captain Matt, on my birthday. So that's what we will be doing this Friday night on episode 8 of Real Whole Egg.
Awesome.
So if anyone wants to come and join us, we will post up the link in the live stream gang so we can all have some fun together on Friday night. And I gave a brief overview of my video I uploaded today about the bad part about Ninjago. So after this live stream, you should definitely go and watch that to hear my more detailed thoughts about what I don't like about Ninjago. Last week I uploaded a thoughts video about the good things about Ninjago, and today I uploaded a video about my thoughts about the bad side of Ninjago to give an objective, balanced view about the theme as a whole. Because I want to do a lot of Ninjago mocks this month, tear apart all of my old Ninjago sets and make them into mocks that actually fit into my city, which will most likely go in Asian Town. So, if we're not going to raid off to Clickin' and Brickin', let's go spread the love to Moments of the Magic instead. So, I'll put up the link for Moments of the Magic. Go watch.
Before we go, I want Cliff to please keep us updated, and Kyle keep us updated to make sure that everybody is safe. Please. So just let us know that you're safe. You can do that on the Instagram.
So I'll see you in the next short. I'll see you in the next live stream, and I will see you in the next video. Go click that link to go watch Moments of the Magic, and let's roll the credits. Bye, guys.
Thank you for
Bye.
supporting mayohosko Media. Your viewership is very important to us. Tell YouTube you like us by smashing the like button. Let your thoughts be known in the comments down below. Never miss out on any more LEGO content from us by hitting the subscribe button and ringing the notification bell. Stay tuned for live streams every Friday night at 9 PM Eastern in North America and monthly city updates on the last Wednesday or Thursday of every month. If you like Minecraft and gaming streams, follow us on Twitch, mayo_hosko, no capital letters. Twitch streams every Saturday morning at 8 AM Eastern in North America. To be in the know, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at real_mayohosko. Have fun with us on our Discord server. Friend us on Facebook and join the fan club group. For business inquiries, email us at mayohosko@gmail.com. For historical inquiries, check out our website. For special community perks, including behind the scenes, voting rights, and early access videos, become an investor today by pledging to us on Patreon. Links in the description. Watch this video recommended to you, or check out this playlist if you missed any previous videos of the same genre. This has been mayohosko, and I am a fan of old LEGO. #A